Hi everyone, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, in conversation with a very interesting person, Saloni. We are here to talk about positivity. And at Happiness is Love, we celebrate positivity and believe that happiness is impossible without positivity. Do you agree with me?
Yes, definitely. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming and being a part of this conversation. I'm the founder of the Happiness is Love project, and Saloni works with the Reboot Mental Spa.
That's right.
And she's also a practicing positive psychologist and a counseling psychologist.
Right.
Yes?
That's right.
So let's just jump into my first question to you. What is positive psychology and why is it important at all?
Okay. So, positive psychology is a relatively new field, roughly 20 years old.
Correct.
And that's why a lot of people don't know about it yet.
Correct.
Essentially, positive psychology rests on the idea that psychology should be as concerned with strengths
Correct.
as it is concerned with human weaknesses.
Absolutely.
And, as concerned with making lives of normal people more healthy,
More
fulfilling,
happier, more
happy,
meaningful,
exactly.
right.
You know, more they reach their highest potential.
Correct.
As it is concerned with dealing with pathology and disorders and mental concerns.
Right.
So we are looking at the positive aspect of humans, such as hope, gratitude, happiness and well-being and overall wellness.
Absolutely.
As compared to just disorders.
Lovely, and I love the fact that you said let's talk about our strengths. Let's learn to magnify our strengths because everything really springs from there.
Exactly.
Knowing yourself, knowing your strengths, leading with your strengths,
Right.
owning them.
That's right. And you asked me the importance. So, for the longest time, we associate psychology and psychologists and counselors with only problems and disorders,
Illness.
and troubles and everyday, problems.
Correct.
But we don't think about how do we make our everyday lives better.
Correct.
So, thinking of how do I become more emotionally aware?
Right.
How do I be more confident in a situation?
Correct.
How do I understand my partner better? How do I rekindle the love that I've lost?
Correct.
And how do I recognize my strengths and become better at my skill or my talent?
Absolutely.
So these are the things that we don't really think about, and we don't think of a counselor or a psychologist when we're thinking about these things.
Correct.
Right.
So you're bringing in a new revolution. You're actually bringing in.
Yes, definitely. I think people should start thinking of, positive psychology, their strengths as the new thing instead of thinking of just concerns.
Absolutely.
So many people who come to me, I ask them, okay, list your top 5 strengths.
Right.
And it's funny because they're not able to think of top 5 strengths.
You ask them 5 areas of improvement or growth,
Yes.
they'd be more prompt on that.
Exactly,
Yes.
because we are so conditioned to think of what's wrong with us.
Correct.
What are our flaws and where do we need to work more.
Absolutely.
And we can't think of what we're really good at. And
Absolutely.
it could be as basic as I'm kind or
Correct.
I'm
I'm
humorous,
caring,
I'm
I'm-
witty.
absolutely.
But they are not able to think of them as strengths.
Absolutely.
As strengths.
Right.
And then when I give them like a strength assessment,
Right.
then 10, 15, 20 strengths come up. And they're
Right.
like, oh, I didn't know I was good at that.
Absolutely.
So how do we use those strengths that they themselves recognize
Right.
in building their skills better, in building their talents better,
Absolutely.
helping them move towards self-growth and reaching their highest
goals.
potential. And,
Absolutely.
so many people want to reach their highest potential now. They're using this term potential so frequently.
Absolutely.
So the essential thing here is to identify what you're good at.
Absolutely.
And
lead with that.
Lead with that.
Yes. And
Yes.
in fact, they say good leaders have great self-knowledge because they know how to lead with their strengths.
Definitely.
And only when you know your strengths, the starting point is to first know your strengths, only then you can own it and then thank the Lord for them.
Exactly. So understanding that I need to recognize what I'm good at.
Absolutely.
Is the basic starting point, I think. Also, positive psychology is for everyone. The essential fundamental idea is well-being and happiness.
Correct.
Moving towards a more positive side.
Right.
So it applies to almost everyone.
Right.
Be it children, students, couples.
Since you work a lot with young adults / millennials, what role you think the principles of positive psychology play in young adults today?
Right. So I see that for a lot of us, the idea of positive emotions is changing.
Correct.
Like for example, you go out with your friends for a picnic or an
Right.
outing. Positive emotion should mean chatting and sharing ideas, sharing experiences, and having that feeling good in that moment.
Correct.
But for millennials and for a lot of young people, positive emotion in that moment is maybe being on their phone, clicking a picture of the meal they are eating.
Right.
So the idea of positive emotion and how good they feel has shifted dramatically.
Right.
So a very essential idea of positive psychology is experiencing the positive emotion to the fullest.
Correct.
Right? Being in the moment.
Correct.
Being totally immersed.
Savoring the moment.
Savoring the moment, right? So you click a mental picture of where you are and how you're feeling at that moment.
Correct.
Even traveling has become all about pictures and sharing,
Right.
and not really experiencing what you see.
Right.
So,
So quick 2 tools that you can give the millennials so that they can use them in their everyday lives.
right. So one, as you mentioned, savoring is actually a technique.
Okay.
Right. So being in that moment and clicking a mental picture, as I said,
Right.
and noticing how they are feeling at that moment,
Right.
is a very good idea instead of being just distracted with technology.
Right.
Secondly, a very interesting concept that I personally love
Right.
is engagement and flow.
Right.
It was given by a very famous psychologist, Csikszentmihalyi.
Right.
And he says that when you're totally immersed in an activity or work or a game, or it could be anything,
Right.
you totally lose sense of time and self.
Right.
And you're so immersed that you don't really understand and realize that you have lost 2 hours.
Just like we are in our flow right now,
Yes,
and
yes.
time doesn't hold true for
Yes,
us. Yeah.
So you're
doing
flowing.
what you love.
Doing what you love. It could be some game, some sport, athletics, some art,
Mm.
cooking for that matter.
Right.
It could be anything which really interests you and really absorbs you in it for
Right.
that.
So you actually help these young adults find their flow.
Yes, definitely.
That's
Because
fabulous.
when you're in a state of flow, your brain is releasing the big 5 happiness hormones.
Right.
Right. Endorphins, dopamine,
Serotonin,
norepinephrine.
oxytocin.
Yes, all of
Yeah.
these. And this gives the mind a boost, and
Right.
it's like it's
It propels you.
yes, it's a performance enhancement cocktail, I would say.
Right.
Right. This cocktail is very unique, and only a state of flow would give you all of these 5 happiness hormones.
Lovely. In conclusion, I would like to say that as a society, it's time that we all think of mental health more positively, because positive people are happier, healthier, and more successful. Thank you so much for today.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
And your concluding words, please.
Yes, so I would say that we should all be more immersed in the experiences that we have, focus on the positive emotion we are feeling, focus on our strengths, recognize our strengths, and if social media or technology disturbs us too much, we can always say that we are flowing, please come back later.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.